Ditaba ka puo ya Sesotho kanaleng ya bobedi ya lekgotla la kgaso la Afrika Borwa moire o amohela kgweding ena ya Phato e leng mathaso a selemo sa Basotho ebile le kgwedi ya basadi re tsamaya mmoho le Mpho Timi ha re dithakgole ka o lekola dihloho.
The electoral outcomes of the 2024 elections are very significant for the ANC and for South Africa.
Ditherisano tsa tsamaiso ya naha di tse ka sehlohong lenane tsamaisong la kopano ya komiti ya naha ya phethahatso ya ANC NEC Boksburg Ekurhuleni.
Re lebohela community ya Kanana le mapolesa ka mo ba sebeditseng ka teng hore ebe ka nako ena ebe o sona le batho ba tshwerweng.
E mong wa diphofu tse robedi tlhaselong ya Kanana bekeng e fetileng o bolokilwe ka jeno. Therisano tse malebana le tsamaiso ya naha di sehlohong lenane tsamaisong la kopano ya komiti ya naha ya phethahatso ya ANC NEC Boksburg Ekurhuleni.
The first thing we would like to say is that the electoral outcomes of the 2024 elections are very significant for the ANC and for South Africa. And we characterized the outcomes as a strategic setback for the fundamental transformation of our country. What we call in our own parlance, in our own language, the National Democratic Revolution, which is essentially about the fundamental transformation of South Africa into a non-racial, non-sexist, truly democratic, united and prosperous nation. That is the ideal. That's the end game. Everything as the ANC and the Democrat progressive forces in our country are doing first and foremost is to achieve that vision. So we say that having looked at the election results, having looked also at some of the details, we will share with you what do they mean, but also what does this mean for both the country and the ANC. So we start there, that the ANC dropping from below 50%, performing as we know the numbers, you know them, represents a strategic setback.
Moetapele wa mokga wa umkhonto wesizwe Jacob Zuma o boetse hape o lelekile mongodi e moholo wa mokga Arthur Zwane. Phumlani Mfeka eo e leng setho sa mokga o netefaditse menyenyetsi ya lengolo le bolelang ha mopresidente wa Mehlenga a qositse Zwane ka hore o lahlehisa mokga. Zuma o phaelletse ka hore o na le tokelo ya ho leleka Zwane ka ho panya ha leihlo. Kgweding ya Phuptjane Zwane o ile a itokolla mokgenga mo a neng a bolela ha mosebetsi wa mokga o mo sitisa ho etsa mosebetsi wa kgwebo ya hae. Mokgatlo wa naha wa basebetsi ba merafong NUM Free State o re tiehiso ya tefo ya meputso le ditshwanelo tsa balebedi ba poraefete e thefula lekala lena.
NUMSA e re ke bomenemene ntho e etswang ke dikhampane tsa poraefete tsa tshireletso ya ho hloleha ho ikamahanya le melao e sireletsang basebetsi. NUMSA e re ebile le ditletlebo tse ngata tse thibang letsatsi haholo Freistata tse amanang le kgatikelo ya ditokelo tsa basebetsi.
Ke bothata bo batlang bo le boholo haholo bo atile ka tsela makatsang hobane o ka fumana gore letsatsi re sebetsana le bahiri ba thibelang basebetsi go ba ebe ditho tsa dinone tsa mekgatlo eo bona ba batlang ho ba ho yona.
Mokgatlo o wa basebetsi o re o kenya tshebetso mehato ya ho kena dipakeng ho namolela basebetsi.
We have not seen it taking strong action against these companies for failing to pay over the money for medical insurance and the money for the Provident Fund. As a union, NUMSA has launched a very public campaign since 2023, working with other unions in the sector, where we have publicly named and shamed several security companies in a bid to expose them in this type of practice. We have found that through this naming and shaming campaign, some of them have actually reached out to us and we've managed to get them to comply.
NUMSA e hlahisitse mabitso a dikhamphane tse 15 tseo e di hlalosang e le tsona tse fanang ka mathata tse ikengeletsang G4S provinseng ya Freistata. Magala Masiteng, Lefapheng la Ditaba ho SABC Bloemfontein.
Re sa le hona tabeng ya balebedi ba bang ba bahlanka dikhampaning tsa bolebedi Limpopo ba lla ka diphephetso tseo ba tobanang le tsona letsatsi le letsatsi tse agang maemo a tshebetso a sa jeseng ditheohelang le ho thonthetswa ha melao ya basebetsi. Ba boetse ba lla ka hore ba fumana meputso ya bona morao ho nako.
Bahlapetši ba tšhireletšo ba gata tema ye kgolo kudu go tšhireletšo ya dithoto le batho e fela mageng a mantši ba tšwelwa fase le go šomišwa bošaedi ka ge ba hwetšagala le go thwalwa ga bonolo. Forum ya bahlapetši ba tšhireletšo ya sekhukhune Security Crisis and Demands Forum yeo e emelago bašomedi ba go feta 500 ka seleteng se sa sekhukhune ba tšweleditše ditlhotlo tše mmalwa tšeo ba itemogelago tšona tšatši ka tšatši. Bahlapetši bao ba re ba letile mebasepala ye mmalwa le dikgoro tša mmušo tša go fapafapana ka seleteng sa sekhukhune. Forum e re dikhamphane tša bohlapetši ga di latele melao ya bašomi le go ba šomiša bošaedi.
Ga bana tshwaro e botse le ma-security le ditlhotlho, ga ba patela batho ka nako, ga ba patela batho go ya le ka rate ya mmušo goba government gazette. Gape di-profit and fund ga ba gogele batho, di-UIF ga ba gogele batho. Batho ba modimo ile ba leta re go ba no bereka ba gogele selo kgoši yaka. So ke ditlhotlho tše re nang le tsona.
Ba bangwe ba bahlapetši ba tšhireletšo ba re gore ya mešomo e swanetše go tšea kgato malebana le dikhamphane tšeo di ithibago mahlo le ditsebe le go se latele melao ya bašomi. Ba re dikhamphane di ba tšeela fase ka ge ba sena botšhabelo.
Motho ya maternity leave o go tša ba mo fele matšatši ao wa gore kgwedi tša gagwe mara tšhelete ya gona ba e khata tšhelete ya gona. And ntho e le maternity leave ke ntho e le gore ke tlhago re tshwanetse gore e be gona mo bophelong mo basading.
Go re ka ra go tsengwe kgologolo ka dumeleng gore bošegolo mosegare ke ba bantši bele gore jwale a re sa ba bala ba sa phela. Basadi ba bona ke bahlolagadi, bana ba bona a bana bopapa.
Union ya bašomi ya NUMSA e re ga e lešodiwela ke gore dikhamphane tše mmalwa tša bohlapetši ga di latele melawana yeo go dumelelanego ka yona. NUMSA e re dikhamphane tšeo di saenetše melawana ye e fela ga di latele.
Part of what is entailed in the main collective agreement is that all employers, whether they sit in the bargaining council or not, all privately owned security services providers must provide workers with money, must allocate money for the medical insurance and also pay monies towards the provident or pension fund. Now, as a union, we've noted that there are many companies that do not adhere to this.
Forum ya sekhukhune Security Crisis and Demands Forum e re mebasepala le dikgoro tša mmušo di swanetše go thwala bahlapetši go ya go ile gore ba seke ba šomišwa bošaedi. Ba re ba ile go ba le kopano go parara ya Security Indaba go ahlahla mathata ao ba lebanego nao le gore ba ka gatela pele bjang ka la senyane kgweding ya Agostose. Nna ke Koketšo Motao wa ditaba tša SABC sekhukhune.
Ka morapapatso e mong wa diphofu tsa tlhaselo ya tameneng Kanana Northwest bekeng e fetileng o bolokilwe ka jeno. Mohi Sesotho. Ben Yawa eo e leng e mong wa batho ba robedi ba ileng ba hlokahala tlhaselong e bileng tameneng Kanana haufi le Klerksdorp bekeng e fetileng o bolokilwe ka jeno. Lelapa la Yawa le bolela ha le ntse le thefutswe ke le thefulehile maikutlo ke ketsahalo ena. Ditlaleo di kuma ha ho ile ha fihla ba belaellwa ba hlometseng ka dithunya ba batla Basotho mo ba ileng ba thunya mabota a tlileng ho tla ithabisa.
Go rena mo wa kutlo botlhoko kwa tirelong ya phitlho ya ga Ben Yawa. Ditsala le badira mmogo ba tlile ka bontsi go tla go gomotsa ba lelapa. Yawa bolelwe beke e fetileng kwa thaveneng moraga gore a thuntsiwe le batho ba bangwe kwa lefelong leo ke batho ba ba sa itseweng ba ba neng ba tlhometse. ba lelapa ba re go thata go amogela loso lwa gagwe.
He touched our lives in many different ways. So yeah, it's very difficult for the family at this moment. I read in the next year, how are we going to cope? The people can suggest body counseling and all these things, but at the end of the day, I think time will just tell.
Baagi bangwe ba ikuela gore tirisodikgoka e khutle mo kgaolong ya bona.
Nka rata gore maponesa a sebetse ka thata ko ba kenelle ko ba ska dula ba ikwalletse ko di office tsa bona ba kenelle hohle ko man ba patrole ko de we ba patrolana ka teng ke bona e seng okay.
Bona jolo ka batjha ya re ka ema kaofela re lwantshe ntwini ka re ka ema kaofela re lwantshe re tloleng ho bolayana bo rona cause of ha re le tjeke kaofela re mo kotsi atlisisa go fona ga ke nna ka sana ke we
re sa le form batho ba le bane ba ne ba tshwara le go tlhagela kwa kgotlatshekelo kwa Orkney ba le bane ke ditatofatso di le robedi tsa go bolaya le di le 13 tsa maiteko a go bolaya. Ba lelapa ba amogela go tshwarwa ga bona.
Re itumeletse fela hore hona le batho ba tshwerweng mona sebakeng sena sa ketsahalo ena e etsahetseng ya ho lahlehela ke ngwana bo rona ka taba ya sethunya. Re batla re itumetsa haholo mme re lebohela community ya Kanana le mapolesa ka mo ba sebeditseng ka teng hore ebe ka nako ena ebe o sona le batho ba tshwerweng.
Balatfadiwa ba solofetse go tlhagelela kwa kgotlatshekelo gape ka la boraro beke e tlang go dira kopo ya beili le gore kgotlatshekelo e netefatse gore a ke baagi ba Aforika Borwa. Thabiso Moss, SABC News, Kanana.
Lefapha la Thuto Mpumalanga ke lona le tlilo etsa mosebetsi wa lepato la barutwana ba tshiletseng ba hlokahetseng ka laboraro motseng wa Mafube ka ntlenyana ho Middleburg ka mora hore bese ya bona e thulwe ke terene e tsamaisang thepa. Mokganni wa bese o ntse a le sepetlele.
Kotsi ena e tsaya ka mora hore mokganni wa bese a ske a ema makopanong a mmila le seporo mo barutwana ba tshiletseng ba ileng ba timela. Lefapha la Thuto ha mole khampani ya bese e tla thusa malapa a hlokahalletsweng.
We as government have decided through the Premier that we're going to carry all the costs of the funeral.
Lefapha la Polokeho le Tshireletso provinceng le bolela ha tlaleho sethatong ka kotsi ena e tla fumaneha haufinyana.
The report is going to look at a number of things on the part of the behavior of the drivers involved, the vehicles that were involved, the whole environment and everything. And a number of role players will be interviewed in this regard. The police are also involved as they are obviously investigating cases of culpable homicide. So the report will be very wide-ranging.
Lefapha la bophelo lona le difaritse ha barutwana ba tswileng kotsi ba se ba tswile sepetlele.
We can indicate that so far we are left with 9 patients that are admitted, 5 are in Middleburg Hospital and 4 are in Witbank Hospital. Those that are very critical because Witbank is one of our tertiary hospitals. But we can indicate that there's 1 patient that we are working with Steve Biko and they're going to send their specialists to come and operate in Malahleni municipality in one of our hospitals there.
Tshebeletso ya bofifi e tla tshwarwa ka laboraro mme tebello ke hore ba tla bolokwa mmoho ka moqebelo o tlang.
Jwale ha re utlwe maikutlo a dimathi tsa Afrika Borwa.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of nerves in my first Olympics, so I think that really got to me. So the next race I'll be fine and the nerves will be out, and so hopefully I can do my best at that time.
Just to get that confidence booster. This is my fastest time outside of South Africa and America, or tie fastest, and I just want to take that confidence and then take it out to this final. Because I believe I can make the final, and I know if I execute the perfect race, I'm definitely a contender.
Yeah, man, this is an amazing crowd, and just being able to race here and be in this crowd, it's really amazing. Last week, 2 weeks back, we ran in London, and it was also packed like this, and that was a great experience. So I'm happy to be here, first time in the track for me, so it's just a really great, really beautiful track. And yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Ke phetho mui kopana le muifo wa ditaba tsa Setswana hosane ka hora ya botshelela ho latela bolipi khotso.